Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, I'll be asking the cards specifically this time about your future husband. I have 4 stacks for you all to choose from today. We're starting over here with Amazonite. We have pink quartz or rose quartz, whichever you prefer, and then we have obsidian as well as clear crystal quartz. So you can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks that called out to you. I will note this has been requested several times, but I never actually got around to it because I always thought if I made a future spouse that was just about husband, then I'd have to make a future spouse about wives. Just to make sure that every group was satisfied. But I just really don't feel like, necessarily the genders really mattered in those readings. I felt like the message did. So I do have other readings that are life partner and a future spouse, just general, no pronouns, no genders associated within those videos. If you're more interested in that, or you're not specifically looking for marriage in your future. So lots of different videos on my channel. We'll get started with this one. Like I said, choose whichever stack or stacks are called out to you or are calling out to you, and then you can check the description box or the comment section for those timestamps. And just if multiple call out to you, just go with multiple. Take whatever message, like I always say, take whatever message you feel is actually meant for you. So we'll go ahead and get started. Starting with our first stack, we have that Amazonite stone right here. I've already laid everything out, so it's like a little quicker to get into. I'll go over everything so that you know what is available to you or spread out in this reading. We have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles with our top 2 cards, which is really fantastic because we're seeing a couple coming out. Very strong couple. If anything, I'm very biased toward them when it comes to readings. They are the absolutely best couple to come across. They keep each other grounded. They're very respectful of each other. They are long-term, like the definition of long-term. So if you're looking at a future spouse reading, if you're looking at a future husband, who's your husband, coming out with as the King of Pentacles shows that this person is committed. This is your life partner. This person is like ride or die. They're not going anywhere. But at the same time, it's somebody who is very compatible with you. Although they are like dedicated truly to this relationship, they're also the type that's like, I'm going to let you live your life. I'm going to live my life, and we're going to come together. Like our lives will be unified, but there's also this independence where they want you to be free. They want you to go out and, live your life, have fun, do what you want. They want you to have your friends. It doesn't have to be, solely them that your world revolves around. And they love that, that you're both in sync completely. And that's the best thing about both of them. And especially within the cards, the way that they're depicted, normally they're in a completely different environment. Whereas the King of Cups, the King and Queen of Cups, the King and Queen of Swords, the King and Queen of Wands, they're always depicted as being in the same location. But here you always see him like on his throne, the King of Pentacles, and she's out in her garden. So they have a beautiful relationship where they're not very worried about the other person. So this is somebody who's very trustworthy, somebody you don't feel like you have to watch or worry about. There's no interactions that leave you like, wondering where they are, who they're with, or if they really truly care, because they make it quite clear. We have the 2 of crystals down here. This 2 of crystals will normally be in a regular tarot deck the 2 of Pentacles. So we do have continuation of those Pentacles. We have balance and adaptability, which is interesting because it's coming alongside that Justice card with truth and clarity. But I see it tying into each other because we have the sort of scales going back and forth, or what's being weighed like between these 2 here. And then we see the same thing within the bird's mouth holding on to those flowers. So we're seeing things that go back and forth, and that's just sort of like reiterating this person's stance. This is a very fair person that really genuinely cares about how you feel. They're not in a relationship by themselves. They're in a relationship with, with somebody else. So they want your opinion just as much as they want to share their own. They care sincerely and deeply about where you're coming from, that you feel like you're respected within the relationship. It's very like this person's all about fairness, all about just equality within that relationship. And it's a very good person. And the cards that keep coming out as a representation of their personality and who they are, it's like they're all just further saying that this is their idea, this is what they want, this is like the only thing that is acceptable to them. And with that too, I want to say, because we're coming out with strong pentacles, normally that says that there's a strong family surrounding, or family idea. So this is their family as well. It's not just them who thinks this way. It's everyone in their family. They're very like all about equality in that relationship, all about fairness, all about, speaking, making sure the other person is heard. So a very good family too. I don't feel like this person has a very large family though. I think they came from like a good upbringing. I think that they instilled very good morals within them, but I just don't feel like it's a large group, or at least to me, there's not a lot of people that get together. We have the Six of Cups as well as the Ruler of Cups. The Ruler of Cups would be the King of Cups here. So we do have an appearance by another king, but to me, King of Cups is like second best king because he's in touch with his emotions. When you want stability, or when you want that everlasting relationship, you go for the King of Pentacles. When you want somebody who will truly love you, truly care for you, and make sure to show it and express that to you, somebody who's very in tune with their own emotions, and somebody who's very respectful of yours, and somebody who will hear you out, you have that Ruler of Cups or the King of Cups that comes through. So you're getting the two best kings, in my opinion, that are coming through. Well, one would be a little more stoic, and the other a little more emotional. You get that like middle ground where there's just the perfect balance between the overly emotional and the overly, quiet or emotionless. It's a very good combination. I also see the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups might be somebody who's returning, or somebody who's already present, somebody you feel connection to, or somebody that like you're waiting for something to be established. This is normally the card that I see as soulmate energy. So somebody who is meant to be in your life. And to clarify, the way I see Six of Cups is not somebody who comes in and out of your life and makes a mess of it. It's somebody who comes into your life, improves you, builds you up, creates a better version of you every single time they enter. That is the only person that can come through as the Six of Cups, because it's somebody who is meant to help you grow, somebody who has a duration that is placed, divinely in your life. So it's somebody who's very good for you, very positive for you. And as long as the person on your mind, if you're thinking of somebody, aligns with that, then I would say that might be a very good sign of who this is. But it's somebody who is meant to be with you. And this is like spiritual level. They're meant to be with you. There is like very important reason for their arrival, very important reason for this connection. Same with the King of Cups coming through. We see that tying into each other as the one that sort of like controls the Six of Cups. So it's like the timing is finally right for this to come through. If this person hasn't arrived in your life yet, because this is a future spouse, or what your husband will be like reading. If this person hasn't arrived in your life, we do have slowness with the King of and Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Two of Crystals. There's a slowness to those cards. But we also have a flow, which indicates that this arrival is slow with a purpose. There's a reason behind this slowness. And there's something that is almost like you can't really prevent the slowness, if that makes sense. It's something that had to be done in order for things to work out, things to proceed in proper timing and universal timing. So might seem slow to you. It might seem like something that you're like, you'd like it to speed up, or at least get to a place where you feel like this person is in your life, and you have that acknowledgement of this person. But we're seeing a little bit of a slowness when it comes to these cards. With Erikura and Tough Love, these two cards are very interesting because they're almost like blooming together. And I know this one says blossoming, but there's almost an airiness to both of them. I think with Erikura as well. It's got this almost like to fill an empty space. It says you were just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process. Don't give up. We see Tough Love. It's almost like there's difficulty for a reason. There's difficulty because what's coming is so fantastic. It's like it's going to be such a great surprise. It will be so different from what you're familiar with from your past, from anything you expected. This energy that's coming through is just so beautiful. It's a complete renewal. So anything that you might be going through right now is just a setup for what's amazing in your future. But also with these two cards, there's a beauty that's within both of them that's sort of like peaceful. There's a lovely like peaceful energy of just being in a place where you feel at peace, where you can relax. And not often that you find somebody where you really feel like you're in a comfortable place with them, or you can really truly be yourself. So I think we're seeing those two cards really representing this person's soul, or this person's like true personality, true intent. But I think it's really somebody fantastic, especially if you're getting the King and Queen of Pentacles. It's a like I said, my biased pair over there, and then you have that love and affection of the King of Cups. So that's what I'm seeing with this first deck. And your future husband, this person that's coming into your life might already be there. I hope that gave you a general idea of who's coming in. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our second stack here, we have this pink or rose quartz, whichever you like to call it. I've already laid out all the cards for you. We have Judgment, the Seven of Wands. Down here we have the King of Shells with Harmony and Integrity. This would normally be the King of Cups. We have the Star with Peace and Healing. Over here we have the Lovers. We have the Five of Coins. Dana or Donna, whichever way you want to pronounce it, with High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. And then lastly, we have Daisy and Be Yourself. So, with the previous stack, I started off at the top, but with this one, my favorite card showed up with Daisy. I think this is my favorite card, maybe my second favorite card. But basically, it is a card I love because it's something that is very positive. It's a card that says, like, be true to you. But in this reading, I feel like it's almost saying that this person absolutely loves you as you are. So your future husband, this person that's coming through, they have just immense love for you. They think you're perfect as is. They're like, there's nothing about you that is, out of shape, out of place, wrong. It's just everything about you. Your personality, your appearance, just, the way you hold yourself, the way you communicate, just everything that could be about you, they think is perfect. They just think everything is amazing because you're set apart. And now we do see an interesting story that has unfolded, and I think that sort of explains why this person views you that way. Mainly because we have King of Shells and the Star coming out at the bottom with Judgment and the Seven of Wands. Those are cards to me that normally indicate somebody who has been through like quite a bit and is having to either sort things out right now or has already sorted things out. So when you come through, you're seeing them at a stage where they've really like balanced themselves out. They've really focused on themselves, enlightened themselves, and now they're in a good place where they can really be in like a good relationship. It might have been that like previous relationships just really were not the best for them, and there's either like a lot of toxicity or there was just a lot of drama there that left little to be desired. But now we see that there's clarity, or when they arrive in your life, when they come through for you, you see that clarity, because we go from Judgment, which is freedom, release from the past, to the Seven of Wands, which is that more like embracing your inner self and getting the upper hand, being able to move forward without that, like, anything that was really like trying to hold you back. So really good progression here. I think too with both of those cards, you're seeing somebody who's a little more spiritually aware, or at least somebody who is more in touch with a higher power. So you see either just more of a peaceful energy about them, or just a lot of clarity when it comes to their outlook. King of Shells and the Star coming through, that would represent that person who is really well healed, just because of that healing energy of the Star. But also with the King of Shells being the King of Cups, you do see that energy of somebody who really has focused on themselves, somebody who's aware of the energy that they're putting out on others. They're aware of the energy that they're receiving, and also I think somebody who's not like ashamed or embarrassed or going to hold back when it comes to their emotions. So somebody who's very expressive when it comes to their feelings, when it comes to everything in general, like just the way that they approach you, the way that they make you feel, the way that they communicate to you, what kind of feelings they have for you. So you're never really in a place of like wondering if they care about you, if there's any attachment there. They are definitely there to show you that. And with the Star, because normally the Star is that wish fulfillment, with the Star coming out here, it seems to be a strong indicator that you are a response to their prayers, their dreams, their manifestations, things that they were hoping for. You are that answer. You're that response. You're something that they have been asking for a long time, and it's like it has not arrived. Like I said, like whoever this previous person was, this was not something that was very compatible with them. It didn't do them well. If anything, it might have actually created more trauma than expected. But you're what they wished for, you're what they've hoped for. And then the Lovers come through with a 5 of coins, and it's like the finally hope, there's finally like a silver lining, you know, the sun has come out and they have found the one they're meant to be with. And the Lovers, of course, has that soulmate energy, it has that divine connection, but mainly here we see it as the confirmation that this person is what is right for you and you're right for them. I think it's a strong connection. You're going to definitely like feel that connection immediately when you meet them. If you haven't met them already, you're definitely going to feel that connection. It's something that's, you know, like I said, it's really undeniable here. It's a very strong just, I think when you meet, you know it's them. And there's something that tells you like that's them, so that you won't be like confused by it or something. Now with the other 2 cards, with Daisy, the combination of 2 cards actually wasn't this entire card with High Priestess. There's actually one part in here where it says your divine knowledge that, or you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings or teaching. When I saw that spiritual teaching and then Daisy, it was almost like the way that you like embody your own uniqueness, embrace your uniqueness, or just are, you know, comfortable with who you are. I think there's this thing that like immediately attracts them to you. Just there's a unique way that you're like, you know, you're very accepting of who you are. It's not to say that you like, you think you're perfect and have no need to change. It's just more so that you have this energy of like, you know, that's who I am at the moment. It's not going to be who I am forever, but that's who I am right now. And I think it's such a great mentality to have, and I think they realize that. They're like really amazed by just that confidence. Even if you don't think you're a confident person, it seems like they're really genuinely like amazed by that. I also think that the way that you share your mindset, you share your opinions, your outlooks, I think that's also something that really stands out to them. It's something that they're very appreciative of, because you have a very peaceful approach to things. You have a very clear mindset. There's not, I want to say there's not a lot of people like you, but it seems like you in general, just your way of really saying like, this is how I'm, you know, able to be at peace with this, or this is how I get over these situations. It's a lot of things where they're just very appreciative of having somebody like you in their life. They really do. Like the first reading, like that's strong couple there. But with this one, for some reason, it keeps standing out to me. It's like they just think that you are, you know, incredibly attractive. There's nothing about you that they don't find attractive, and it's really something. Normally I don't see that with these readings, but this one just keeps standing out to me. Like they just look at you and you're like, you know, even when you're not feeling too good about yourself, even when you're feeling like you're having an ugly day or something, they just think that you are flawless, or something that just like there's a constant spotlight on you. They just think so fondly of you. Like you are just so gorgeous to them. And I also feel like just because of their personality, they seem like the type that would actually constantly say it, because they are coming as King of Cups. So you do have somebody who's like very vocal about it. They're like, you know, always saying, you know, you're attractive, you know, you're the most attractive person I've ever met. There's only one person like you. I've never met anyone like you. You know, it's like whatever they can say, they will say. It's that kind of personality that's coming through. Just really like shower you with a lot of affection. We even have that with the pink or rose quartz over there. It's like a definite, like they will make sure you know how they feel. So that's what I'm seeing here with this second stack and that rose quartz, pink quartz, whatever you prefer to call it. I hope that all of that was able to give you some sort of outlook on who this person is or will be. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. So starting here, we have our third pile. We have that obsidian over here, and I've already laid out all the cards. I'll go over the cards quickly for you. For the Six of Pentacles, we have Temperance. We have the Page of Crystals, the Eight of Crystals. These are both Pentacles as well. We have Ideas and Discipline, Dedication and Progress. Over here, we have Death, the Hanged One. Our 2 Oracle cards are Irene with Peace. There's no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. And then we have Resurrection with California Poppy. It's interesting. I got a different energy for this pile. The other 2 piles were very like all about that relationship, all about the connection. But with this one, for some reason, what I'm feeling is more like who this person is meant to be when they're with you, who they are, sort of like prior to being with you, what they're hoping for, and who they're becoming. So there's a lot of different energy for this one than for the other. So if you're sort of drawn to two piles, you might get two different energies, or at least two different aspects, point of views on who this person is. So mainly resurrection with California Poppy and death. Those two cards go hand in hand with each other because they're both representing revival or a renewal, something that is having to die off and then begin. This could also, for a few of you, represent somebody who was in your past who is now a return to you or is going to return to you. That's only for a select few people. I will go over that near the end if you'd like to hear anything I can say as to, like, give you clues as to who this person is. But basically what we're seeing here is somebody who has very, like, heavily worked on themselves, tried to become somebody good, not only for themselves but for others, because I think this is somebody who's gone through quite their own revival, their own resurrection here. They have a lot they want to give people. They have a lot of emotions. They have a lot of love. They have so much they want to give to you, but they've never come across somebody that even came close to what you'll be. They've always wanted to have somebody in their life that they could have that connection with. And I feel like when it comes to a lot of things and why we're seeing this, like, death, this resurrection, this hanged one, I think a lot of the reason we're seeing this because they don't have that in their life. And I don't think they've ever had that, like, with their family or anything. It doesn't really seem like they've had somebody where there was like an undeniable connection there, somebody that really made them feel loved. It's coming across that way, like they've wanted to have that relationship, but they never had the opportunity, or that person never, they never came along. But your arrival, of course, is the one that takes the cake, the one that really gives them all they could have hoped for. So it's really great that you're coming through for them, and it shows that all the love, all the emotions, the attachment, the gratefulness, everything that they'll show to you, that they'll express to you. It's very strong here, and we see it all over within all of these cards. We see dedication, we see discipline, the offering that's present within the Six of Pentacles, the balance, the between night and day within that temperance. It's like giving you their all, being everything to you. And for some reason right now I thought, like, in the Bible it says the big light and the little light, and that they're gifts, and they're not supposed to be worshipped because they're gifts to us. And it's that they'll always be there to light the sky for us, to light our way so we won't be in darkness. And for some reason I thought, like, that's what this person would be to you. They'd be the one to make sure that your path was always lit, that there is no darkness for you. They want to be the support, the one that's always there for you, the one that gives you hope for a brighter day. And it's all because, like, they never had that before you. They never had anyone that really they could treat that way, and that would accept being treated that way. It just seems like here there's this really beautiful connection here that's coming through with just their love of you, their desire to move forward with you. And even in these two cards, for some reason, the face within Irene and the face of this owl, they have a similar look to them, a similar, like, clarity. And there's a new day. We see the moon there. We see brightness, a revival within that. Like, it's just that renewal. But then over here, there's no need to worry. And that's where this person's, like, mantra when it comes to you is, there's no need to worry. Don't worry. Everything will work out fine as long as they're there. And that's such, like, a lovely mindset to have. This is a very, like, they might not be the most mushy gushy of all, but they really have a very beautiful way of expressing themselves to you. They have a beautiful way of showing you that they care. And trust me when I say this, like, even though we had other stacks with, like, the King of Cups and I think the King of Cups actually came out in 2 stacks. But basically, even though we don't have that energy here, I feel like this person has such a a strong drive to be that person, to be the King of Cups, that you'll definitely feel loved. You'll definitely feel that connection. And even with this sort of like the death that leads up to the rose at the top, and then we have that switch over to the Hanged one, where there's that other rose. There's like this weird romance aspect to it, where they have somehow been able to turn everything around to be beneficial. And what was formerly like trauma or issues or like inability to move forward, they can now use to their advantage and say, it was all worth it because they ended up with you. So there is a very, very deep connection here. There's something very, very like strong about this person. Just they really feel deeply, and there's a very clear understanding of who you are and your importance to them. There's something there that like truly, when I say this, like they are very heavily like loyal, committed, to you. Like you're the only one. There seems like there's been no family, there's been no friends, there's been nothing that compares to the connection that they have with you. And they can finally almost like because of you, they can be somebody that they were never able to be. They can be somebody who is happy, somebody who can sort of like breathe, somebody who can finally live now. And it could be that we're seeing resurrection and death, because before that it wasn't something that was like good for them. They didn't really feel a strong connection to anyone or anything. But your arrival changes that. Your arrival is that resurrection. It's that renewal of life and that second chance, that second chance at life that's coming through. So a very deep connection here, rather than with the other one, because other stacks, I did feel like it was more about like who this husband is and what kind of person they're going to be. And of course, like I said, if you want that, you can check out pile 1 or pile 2, and you could get more of that connection going. But here, for some reason, it's really showing more of who this person is and how they view you, rather than just the relationship itself, which is odd because normally don't get that energy coming through, but here it came through strong, and it was like very important. Like somebody, whoever this pile is truly meant for, I think like it was unavoidable that I interpreted it this way. So that was pile 3 with Obsidian, and Obsidian is a absorber of negativity. It's absorber of trauma, of issues. It just endlessly absorbs things. So there's almost like a never-ending strength to Obsidian, which is sort of like this person. There's a never-ending strength. So that's the pile. I hope that was able to tell you at least a little bit about them. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting with our 4th stack, we have that clear quartz over here. I've already laid out all the cards for you, so we'll go over them quickly so you know what's out. We have the World, the Wheel, the Lovers, the 5 of Swords. We have Choice and Trust over here, and we have Strategy and Resilience. The Chariot, the 4 of Cups, Astara, which is fertility with it is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. And then we have Vervain over here with Let Magic In. These are very similar cards. And then we have very similar energy over here with almost a renewal. So I do want to say, because I'm pretty sure I said this in a previous stack, but I forgot to talk about it. This seems to me to be like it might be past energy. I'm not quite sure if it's completely past energy, but there's something that's coming through as possibly somebody from your past. If it is somebody from your past, I will say it seemed to end on good terms, or at least terms that seemed like acceptable. Like you both had to admit that it just wasn't the right timing, or things weren't working out in the way that would allow the relationship to grow, to do well. Beside that, if it is somebody from the past, another thing would be that it's somebody that you had a strong connection to, and you almost keep feeling like it hasn't developed, or it hasn't gotten to the place where it should have gotten. Almost like you lost out on it, and this seems to be a second chance for it to do well, for it to work out. So keep in mind, if it is somebody from the past, it does seem like somebody that you have a strong connection to, and it doesn't seem like there is a toxicity or anything to this where, I would avoid somebody from your past who might have that energy. Otherwise, what we're seeing here is somebody who's really like very dedicated, very loyal. I think the sage that is ending and the sage that is starting is something that is completely surrounding that dedication, because we have fixed energy from the World as well as the Wheel of Fortune. those two cards just have a very strong, fixed energy about them, meaning somebody who's very set in their ways in a good way. It's somebody who like, to me, it's somebody who has a good job, a good foundation, a good mindset. They know what they're wanting in life. They know where they'd like to be. And they have very clear plans on where they, how to get there. They also are very serious. So when it comes to being like your future husband, right? They're very clear that like they want to settle down and be in a committed relationship. And when the time comes for you to be together, when this relationship comes along, it's very clear, like they make that intent known to you, that is what they want. They want commitment. Um they want forever. And it's not like, I feel like it's something that comes along with you very strongly. Like, I think they always wanted it, but they never found anybody who wanted what they wanted, so it was never something that could really actually work out. But then we see this development, like with you, as finding somebody who can actually give them what they'd hoped for, somebody that they could move, throughout seasons with. And we do see that here, the changing of seasons, the dark to light, the snow to summer, in the sun. And even with the Chariot and the Four of Cups coming out over here, we're seeing something that is so bright and so positive, so strong. It can't be ignored. There's something about this that, like regardless of timing, it's like there's nothing that will separate you two from each other. And that could also be like not just like a past relationship. It could be also indicating that this time around there will be nothing that will separate you from this person, because it's meant to be, and the universe will make sure that it works out, that you two are able to grow this connection, and that there's nothing that tampers with it, basically. So there is a strong connection this time, or with this person, whoever this is, if you have or have not met them yet. With them as a husband, with them, like their personality and stuff, we see somebody who's actually very fun loving. I didn't really get that energy from any other previous texts or stacks, sorry. But with the World and the Wheel, they sort of have a very similar energy. We have that life with these two cards, as well as the Lovers. A lot of brightness here, and it just screams somebody who really does truly enjoy having fun, going out and living their life, and doing things that provide them with just, a ton of joy and happiness. They love creating memories. They love being surrounded by people and things that make them happy. It's just a liveliness here that is present within this person. They love to do things, and to they love to make memories with people they care about very strongly. And I had a reading like this a while back, where all that was coming through was like they're the type that takes a lot of pictures. They're the type that really likes to make sure that every single moment they have, everything is like written down and stored so that they don't forget it, because they really do genuinely care about making memories and spending time with people, and almost like scrapbooking in a way, like mentally scrapbooking, where they have just this desire to remember and to look back on these memories very fondly, to have that reminiscing moment. It's also very evident with that, like that memories and the fondness is like, you see that as somebody who wants forever, because if they want to cherish the moments that they're making with you now, they want to keep that in the future. They want to keep those pictures in the future. With the Lovers and the Four of Cups, we do see somebody who's very good at expressing their emotions and telling you how they feel. So I would say it's not somebody who seems emotionless or dry or has any difficulty in expressing themselves. It actually seems like the opposite, where they're very good at it. They're very clear with how they feel. They make sure to explain what's going on with them to you, and it's almost like if you're ever doubting anything, they really can feel that. So they're the type that would definitely be able to say, don't worry, like they understand where you're coming from. They can comfort you, so you don't feel forgotten or left left out, or like you're not being given the attention that you really are hoping for. It does seem like somebody who heavily gives you a lot of attention. And not to mention with this stack, I think it's the first stack, but we see mainly one character in all of these, except for the lovers. And that to me normally indicates somebody who is very connected to like their partner, their soulmate, the person that they're with. There's a strong, undeniable connection there. And it's somebody that they put first, somebody that is so incredibly important to them that there's really like nobody else that compares, you know, nobody else that they can really say comes to the same like degree as you. So there's a strong connection here, a strong bond, somebody who they love to see, you know, you two grow old together, have that relationship with each other, just spend time with each other. There is a very strong connection here within these cards describing this person. Very beautiful connection. I think they within the first two stacks there's a stronger like more like about the relationship and how they view you, but with these second two readings or last two stacks, they really seem to be coming through more as like how they appreciate you, how they love you, how they care about you, how important you are, how you're the one that is newness, you're the one that has given them what they'd hoped for, but you know, were never able to find prior to you. So I really do like the sort of balance that came out between these two. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that gave you some insight as to who this is, and I hope you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye.